Oh, welcome to the Crowcast halftime show. The main break brought to... Whoops, there we go. We're getting stuck into a double intros. What a magnificent first half of footy by both sides, but particularly the Adelaide Crows. Just a fantastic opening quarter, and then did pretty well considering the umpires were really giving us shit in that second quarter. The Crows at halftime, 9 goals, 5-59 to the Geelong Cats, 4 goals, 6-30. A couple of those goals from Geelong from dodgy free kicks at best. And we have with us in a little while, we have Donkey Magoo again. He's keen as mustard. We'll give him a call again with the Crows Northern Territory to supporter group. So we'll hook into Donkey in a moment. Thanks to the boys that are joining us on chat. Just some head-to-head stats quickly. We've got Adelaide 178 disposals to 158. Amazing kick-to-handball ratio, 116 to 62 kicks to handballs. Geelong handballing far more. We've got nearly a 1-to-2 handball to kick ratio there, which is unusual for us. As a consequence, we're outmarking them 55-28. Tackles, surprisingly, 35 to 53, and yet to the eye, it looks like we're absolutely all over them with tackles. So that's an unusual stat. Source doing well in the rucks, 24 to 16. The frees also in our favour, 15-11. But by God, the umpires have forgotten what incorrect disposal in a tackle looks like, because they just do not pay it. Again, we're very efficient in terms of our scoring, disposals per scoring, 12 and a half disposals per scoring shot. Inside 50s are even, but obviously the score reflects our better efficiency. And it just looks like some of those stats are quite surprising, actually. But it just looks like our intensity and our willingness to back up second and third contests is fantastic. Contested possession 77 to 75 in Adelaide's favour. Uncontested ball 102 to 86. We really are owning the ball outside of the contest at the moment. Effective disposals, we're going at 71.3%. Geelong have crept up. They were going a bit bad, but 67.7 now. Contested marks pretty even, 6 to 8. Marks inside 50s, 5 to 4. We're winning the clearances 24 to 14, and that's reflected even more so in our stoppage clearances, which I'll have for you in a minute when I can scroll down to it. Stoppage clearances 15 to 11. We have really owned the centre square, and that's shown with some very clean clearances out of the middle. And thank God, when we get it out of the middle, we're kicking to a manned up forward line. We're not outnumbered up forward. We're certainly at centre bounces, we're going man on man, and that means that we've actually got people to kick to. Now, while I'm just talking away here, I'm going to give Donkey a call, and hopefully we'll get him on the line here. Rebound 50s as well, 16 to 8. We really are bouncing off halfback, and Rory Laird is the one there that's really kicking that along. Donkey, how you going, mate?
Not too bad, Fiend. How are you?
Oh, mate, it's looking good, isn't it?
Oh, mate, if you started today and thought where we are right now, you would be a madman. I kind of was there, but I'm a madman, so that's how we go.
Yeah, mate, it's looking good. How is it up in Northern Territory with the supporter group? We're getting around it?
Yeah, look, mate, we've swarmed the airport hotel, and if any Crows supporters that are listening to the podcast tonight, which I'm sure are in the hundreds of thousands, they should get to the airport hotel, because that's when the NT Crows supporters group hangs out. There's a little bit of apricot slice being handed out, but not too much, and we're trying to change the culture. But there's a lot of fun down here.
How many tins in are you, mate?
Not tins. That's very uncouth.
Probably, sorry about that. How many shardies?
Shardies. Oh, well, that's like 11 million. So we're a few down. We started a bit early. Couldn't handle the anticipation of the game, but we're going okay.
Yeah, beautiful. Hey, mate, it's looking really good for the Crows. I've gone through some team stats, just some individuals, and Rory Sloane welcome back Rory. 16 touches, 9 kicks, 7 handballs, 1 mark, 2 goals, 4 tackles, 4 inside 50s. He's getting amongst it. He's absolutely towered up Scott Selwood to the point where they've now got blitzers on him. And 10 contested posies, going at 75%, 4 clearances. What a game by Rory.
Oh, mate, and you're the numbers man, and I'm probably more of the vibe. I'm the vibe guy from the boundary. And what I can say is you can just tell that the entire side is not willing to let Geelong do what they do to us.
Exactly.
And the entire side has gone, bugger this. I'm not sure about the ratings. I know this kid's listening.
No, it's explicit, mate. Fuck this.
They've gone, fuck this, and they've all stepped up. And Rory's gone, you know what? I'm actually better than you bastards.
Exactly.
I'm actually better than you bastards. And he's hunted the ball, and he's got it where he can, and he's broken away, and we've all bashed Dangerfield on the side, and we've told Scott Selwood that he's actually not very good at football. He's the Trevor War of the side. and we're pushing aside. Like, what? The reason why we're doing very well tonight, and the difference between here and Skilled Stadium is we've wanted it tonight.
Yeah, we
have.
have.
We want to show that we're different, and we have, And Paddy can't handle it because he's getting a touch-up.
Yep.
And Joel Selwood, I've actually noticed, I haven't seen him get a kick yet, but that's because I've got toddlers and a few red wines.
He's only had 4 kicks, Joel Selwood. Only 11 touches, 4 kicks.
Yeah.
He's second to the ball.
I went back and watched the Geelong game the other night, and the last game we played, at Skilled. And what I noticed was they're just well drilled. They're not actually good footballers. They're well drilled, and they do what they need to do. And when we're not at 100%, that beats us. But tonight I saw a premiership side run out and say, "Hey, we're better than you, and we're going to take it on, and you can't catch up to us." And that's what's happening in front of us.
Look, I think you're right. I mean, and where it's being won at the moment is in the midfield. We've already talked about Rory. The 2 Crouch boys as well. Matt's had 16, Brad's had 14. Lairdy across half-back is providing a lot of rebound. Huey Greenwood is an absolute monster for us in the middle. He's so good. 10 kicks, 2 handballs for 12. And Richie Douglas having a great first half with 3 goals from 11 touches. We're just not letting him get first use in the middle.
Just on Huey Greenwood, don't forget he was like a 2 or 3 game rookie when we played him last time. Yeah. Now he's a veteran,
Yeah.
Like now he's a veteran, and he's had the disappointment of being dropped once for no reason, and it was bad for everybody. And he's hungry and he wants it all.
Yeah.
The other thing that I noticed from the Geelong game to now is Sauce got killed in the first quarter and through the game, and he's not been killed tonight, and that's a big difference. That's the first touch. It's not going down Selwood's throat. But not only that, Brad Crouch and Matt Crouch don't want to give the ball up, and they're hitting people, and they're angry. They're the Bash Brothers, and that's actually, if they're not going to deliver, silkiness down the throat, but they're going to be the Bash Brothers, that's what we want. You know?
You're absolutely right. Their task has been to make sure that Laird and Selwood and Dangerfield don't get clean ball out. They've had nearly 10 clearances between them, the 2 Crouch boys, whereas Dangerfield's only had the 2 clearances. Selwood has only had the 1 clearance, so they're getting absolutely towed up, the Geelong engine room, and that's where we're winning the ball. The other thing that I've noticed, Donkey, is that we just refuse to kick long. There's been a couple of times in that second quarter, Riley Knight kicked long to a Geelong player, Dave McKay kicked long, but it was noticeable. Rory Atkins a couple of times in that first quarter had the ball off half-back, and even though he had that long outlet kick, he just refused to take it, and he made players come to him. And we're picking out that one extra disposal before we're going into forward 50, and that's exactly what we need to do. It's exactly what we needed to do, and I'm so pleased that we're actually hitting up that extra kick before we go in deep, and it's worked.
Well, there's 2 parts about what you just said that's very exciting, I think, Shane. Well, first is we're actually looking at what our options are, but we know what they're doing, and we're adjusting to that. The second thing is, you said Rory Atkins did it. Is he involved? He's actually there. And the last few weeks, he's been he's been the third wheel on the day, and he hasn't been there. But tonight he's been around the pack. He's been the option out. He's done the things he needed to do. The other one I want to talk about is Alex Keith. Now, I know he hasn't done a lot physically, but he's been in a lot of contests.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually, even though, on a stats-wise, you won't say, oh, well, he needs to be picked next week. But, you look at him and go, man, that's the guy that's going to be impressive in years to come.
Absolutely.
He's done exactly what he needed to do.
Doesn't look out of place at all.
Not at all. And he might not necessarily got the catches, but he got whacked in the head once. He's done the other things. He hasn't been behind the ball. He hasn't been slow. So, so it's been not bad at all. Yeah,
absolutely. That last sort of 5 minutes of the second quarter, that chain of tackles along the member side wing that resulted in that ridiculous free kick to Dangerfield, it blows my mind. But that just epitomised how we've turned up tonight with intensity. We don't want to lose the contest. We don't want them to get outside. We're hitting them with everything we've got. We're not taking any shit. And it's exactly the way that you want the Crows to play. And we haven't seen it all that often. But if they're going to take this into the last 6 weeks of the season and into the finals series, it's exactly the type of footy you want to play. And it's going to be a real test to see whether we can maintain this for 4 quarters, because they did look a little tired towards the last couple of minutes there.
Yeah, look, I'm 100% with you there. I know, not necessarily popular opinion, but I know a lot of people talk about the blueprint as to why we've lost their games. My biggest fault was always intensity. It wasn't necessarily structure, and it was, and with intensity comes skills, like what we're supposed to like. And with North Melbourne, if you watch the first quarter of the North Melbourne game, it's not just the intensity, but it's just our skills, like they go out the window. We actually look like we think we're going to win it at some point, doesn't matter what they're doing, and then they put on 10 goals. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's right.
And against Melbourne, it was like this really weird sporadic approach, but it's just the intensity and skills. And in Geelong, we didn't look like we wanted to be there. We actually looked like we'd just woken up from our nap.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And tonight we came out with the fire that I think we haven't seen all season from us. We're the same team, but we haven't had the fire the whole time. And even against Essendon and Gold Coast early, we actually would have had a lull by now. We haven't had that tonight. Yeah. We've actually come up with more fire at all. And if we're going to win the flag, which I think we can, that first half says that we can.
I think it's been building since the Carlton game. That was a tough, grindy sort of win, and then we come out against Melbourne and who also did us in close, and we played with intensity against Melbourne up there, as you know, and we just seem to be building. And it seems to me that this team is playing with some intent tonight, and as if they've come back from the bye and thought, okay, now this is the business end of the season, and they've been building and building. And tonight, so far, touch wood, they are not to be denied. Mate, we're going to leave it there because the game is about to start again. For those who missed it, 9-5 to 4-6 in Adelaide's favour. Thanks, Donkey Magoo. Good luck to all the people up there in Northern Territory. Have a drink for us, and we'll see you on Sunday night for the Rap Show. Thanks, mate.
No worries, buddy. Bye.
And that's it for us, guys. Thanks to all the people on the chat that have joined us. It's looking really good, but it's only halfway. So we will sit and watch the second half and hope that we can get the Crows boys home. Don't forget to join us on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time for the Rap Show. In the meantime, enjoy the second half and catch you later.